Hi, my name is Ellie Rocher. Welcome to yoga. This is a 30-minute restorative class. We're going to use a bolster, a blanket, and 2 blocks today. And I'd also invite you to turn down your lights, light a candle, maybe light some incense, anything that's going to signal to your body that it's time to relax and to come down off your day. We're going to begin in saddle pose today. So take 1 or 2 blocks in between your ankles, placing them under your sitting bones on either side of your heels. This might be your saddle. If this is a lot, add that second block to bring the floor up to you even higher. You can place your hands on your thighs and shut down your eyes. In the saddle shape, we are putting our knees in more full flexion than usual. Full flexion is a safe shape for our knees. If you'd like to explore a little bit more depth, you could remove that block and place your sitting bones on the ground in between your heels. If both of your sitting bones are grounded down, you could explore then rocking back onto your elbows, coming all the way down onto your back. You could put the bolster along your spine to bring the floor up a bit. You could also bring your elbows up over your head, grabbing opposite elbows. We'll be here for several moments, so choose your saddle where you can breathe calmly and deeply, where you can bring that smooth, supple breath to the shape. When you feel like you've created your saddle, shut down your eyes or take a soft gaze. And invite your awareness to arrive in the room. Allow the rest of your day, everything that it took to arrive on your mat today, allow that to fall out of focus and be here now. And then gently bring your awareness to the 4 corners of your mat, arriving to your practice, allowing the rest of the room to fall out of focus. And then bring your awareness to your body, noticing the temperature of the air on your skin. Notice your clothes touching your skin. And then bring your awareness even deeper, noticing how your muscles and bones and organs are feeling. Turn toward your body at the beginning of your practice with curiosity, reverence, and compassion. Notice that you are breathing. Allow the sound and the rhythm, and the pacing and the texture of your particular breath to calm you, soothe you, and anchor you in this time and space. Invite your breath down into your diaphragm, bringing in that soft, supple belly. Allowing this shape to be breathed. And then keeping your awareness turned inward, remove any props, slowly, gently come down onto your seat and use your hands to assist your legs to straighten, noticing the sensation in your body on that release of the constriction. Maybe bouncing your knees out gently or simply straightening them. Take a nice full deep breath. Next, we're going to move on to melting heart pose. So take your bolster at the top of your mat. We're going to place our forearms on it with our fingers dangling off the edge. You could put your forehead on your bolster, your hips stacked up over your knees hip distance apart. You can also take the shape all the way on your stomach if you prefer, for a slightly more gentle shoulder opener. Forehead on the top of the bolster, fingertips dangling off the edge. So you choose your melting heart for the day. You can always put the blanket underneath your knees or hips for softness. And then settle into this shape. Soften through your fingers. If you're on your knees, of course, keep a little bit of action in your legs. Notice where in your upper body you can soften. Notice that soft, smooth belly breath. Allow your exhales to bring a sense of melting through your heart. There are invitations through our day to curl around our hearts, to curl around our phones, our screens, our computers, our children. This shape gently invites some balance, a counter shape where we can reintegrate that curvature between our shoulder blades, open through the front of our heart, to uncurl. Be with any sensation in your body as your armpits get heavy, as your forehead gets heavy. Unclench your jaw. Allow your teeth to fall away from each other. Allow some tension in your chest and shoulders to melt away with the next few exhales. And then use your hands underneath your shoulders to gently press up. Maybe taking a few cat-cows in the tabletop position. Noticing sensation in your upper body. Bringing in that range of motion through your spine. Breathing well here. And then when you're ready, come to a seat. We're going to spin our bolster the long way at the top of our mat and run our left thigh against it. Our legs are going to be in a Z-sit. Okay, you could add a blanket to your bolster for a little extra height or put your blocks underneath it. We're going to run our left rib cage along the bolster. You could keep that left arm straight or bring one hand to either side of your bolster, placing either cheek down. You could place the blanket underneath your lower body for softness. And then once you've created this shape, you also have the option to pull that right knee back behind you just a little bit to open through your hip flexor and your hip. Shut down your eyes. Soften the muscles in between your eyebrows. Allow the bolster here to give you a sense of containment, almost like it's giving you a hug. Sometimes that hug, that containment can feel so settling that we can relax into it and practice melting. Practice letting go. In society, there are endless invitations to strive and force and push and extend. And this practice brings a balance to that, where we practice softening, melting. We remember that deepening can be growth, that surrender can be strength. That softness can bring a sense of expansion. Several moments into the shape, notice if there's anywhere that might be still doing a little bit of work. Can you let go just a little bit more to be open to the opening? Allowing the floor and the bolster to hold you up. In the stillness, we remember when we do less, we can be more. And just be in this shape. Be in this breath. And slowly, gently use your hands to press your shoulders back up over your hips. Take your left arm up and over to the right, breathing into your left side ribs. And then bring your left hand behind your hips, press up to your shins, roll out that top right wrist, maybe even open through your throat. And come back down. We're gonna do this shape on the other side. So keep your bolster at your back and roll to face the other side of the room. So now your Z-sit has your right thigh against the bolster. Run your right rib cage along the bolster or place one hand on either side choosing which cheek you'd like to place down on your bolster. You could use that blanket for warmth or softness underneath your legs or underneath your head. And then once you've settled in, decide if you'd like to pull that left knee back behind you a bit to stretch into your hip flexor and your hip. Take the first few exhales to settle into this shape. Inviting the left side of your body to sift down and melt toward the right side of your body. Deepening that connection that the right side of your body has with your props and the earth. That connection can be so grounding, so soothing for our bodies, our nervous system. Then in the feeling of that safety, allow your exhales to take you on a journey deeper inside of yourself. Come back home to your body. If you catch your mind racing, just know that that's totally normal. The practice is simply to notice and bring your awareness back to your breath, turning up the volume of your breath even so it takes up a bit more space, becoming louder than your thoughts. Reminding you there's nowhere else you need to be. There's nothing else you need to do. But even in the slight constriction of this twist, we can bring a slow, smooth breath that invites deeper calm, and deeper presence. Allow your body to feel what it's feeling. Noticing if a new layer of relaxation is available. Allow your exhales to take you into that space that's been created. Go a little deeper. Let go a little bit more. And then come back up. Bring that right hand up and over to the left. Breathe into your right ribs. Place the right hand behind your hips. Rock up onto your shins. Circle out that left wrist. And then come back down. We're going to create yin bridge next. So place your bolster. Come on down to your back. Soles of your feet on the floor, knees up to the ceiling. Press your hips up just high enough to bring the bolster underneath your lower back, your sacrum. Tuck your tailbone toward your heels. This is a really gentle inversion where your hips are higher than your heart. You could place the blanket underneath your head for softness or over your abdomen for a little extra grounding. This might be your bridge. There's also the option to explore straightening one or both legs if that feels supportive to your low back. You could also take your arms up over your head for a full body stretch, back of your hands against the earth. Take the first few moments to set up your bridge. Allowing your exhales to bring that sense of settling here. If your legs are extended, allow your feet to flap however they naturally flap. Allow the back of your hands and the back of your head to get really heavy. And then bring your awareness to your belly breath, noticing your diaphragm rise on your inhale and release on your exhale. Picture your breath lapping over you, sending waves from your diaphragm off the top of your head, down through the soles of your feet, bringing a sense of cooling and grounding, bringing a water element into this shape of fluidity, present in your joints and in your thoughts and in your being. That water element and our breath gently reminding us of the impermanence of things. That the practice is to be with the flow. Instead of clinging and grasping and controlling, we let go, we turn toward. We ride the wave of each breath. If your legs are extended, take your time bending them back in, placing the soles of your feet on the floor. And then with as little effort as possible, lift your hips just enough to scoot the bolster underneath your knees. We're going to create our final Shavasana. So you could use your blanket underneath your head like a pillow, over your abdomen for grounding, or over your torso for warmth. You can turn your palms up to the ceiling. Maybe tuck your shoulder blades underneath you to open through your heart. Close down your eyes if you haven't already done so. And in this shape, we practice surrender as strength. So release any effort whatsoever in your breath, in your muscles, in your thoughts. Notice how your body is feeling. Allow the floor to hold you up. Allow breath and time to assist in deepening that connection the back of your body has with the earth. Receive the gift of conscious rest. You're free to stay here as long as you would like. If you're ready to turn toward the end of your practice, gently wake your breath back up. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a full body stretch. You roll onto your right side and create the fetal position. Tucking your knees in, keeping your eyes shut down. Notice your breath in your left nostril, in your left lung. Notice the connection that the right side of your body has with the earth. And then keeping your awareness turned inward, symbolizing a fresh start, slowly, gently press up, take your seat. Gently stack your shoulders over your hips. On your inhale, reach the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. On your exhale, gently ground down through your sitting bones into the earth. And bring your hands gently to touch at your heart center. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. Namaste. Thanks so much for practicing with me. We'll see you next time.